world. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, everyone. Yes. You're very welcome to Up You with Ezine. This is our special Valentine edition. Oh my God, it's such a beautiful day and I am in such high spirits. Yes. Today we're diving into the love season. It's Valentine in a few. Precisely 2 days from now, it is Valentine. And Valentine, some people love it, some people hate it, and some people just ignore it altogether. They couldn't be bothered. Whatever your philosophy, wherever you belong to, please get in here today for this conversation. It's going to be hot, and it's going to be very, very, very interesting. Joining me today are two incredibly talented media powerhouses who bring stories to life in unique ways. First of all, we have TobyZillions, a dynamic presenter, writer, creative director with a passion for storytelling across different platforms. And then we have Tega Baah. Tega is a brilliant photographer, cinematographer. Sorry, I'm doing too many things at the same time. I'm trying to bring them on the stage and at the same time reading about them. So Tega is a brilliant photographer, cinematographer, and a media creative who has been shaping the industry for over a decade. She's also the mastermind behind The Heaven by Tega Baah and works closely with global speaker Michelle McKinley-Hammond. Ladies, their profiles are up on our platforms. Please go and get to know them better. If I begin to read this platform, we will take 10 minutes at least of the show. So let's get into the meat of it by asking all of you to please join me as we welcome today these phenomenal ladies. Welcome, TobyZillions. Welcome, Tega. Good morning. How are you both doing?
Good morning. Good morning, Ma. Good morning, everybody. It's lovely to be here today.
Great. Tega, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you? Good morning. Good morning, guys.
Morning. Toby, you're good?
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Very good. So let's get right to it. It's Valentine's Day in a few. I'm sure you're excited. MTN even just dropped me something now and says, feel the love. So tell me, what's your take? We'll start with you, Tega. What's your take? Is it overhyped? Is it a beautiful tradition, or is it just another commercial holiday?
It is all three of them. I don't believe one thing is true. I believe two things can be true. I think it's another holiday. I think it's a beautiful holiday. I think it's overhyped. I think it's also over commercialized. Everything is true. I don't think Valentine's Day, it's the experience, it varies. It's not linear, you know what I mean? So everything is true. I believe everything is true. It's over commercialized. It's a beautiful day to celebrate love. And for me, it's just another Friday.
Okay, Toby, what about you? Do you think that Valentine's Day is overhyped? Do you think it's a beautiful tradition? Or do you think it's another commercial holiday, especially as it falls on a Friday this year?
Like Tega said, it is all three. I took my time to ask my colleagues questions and ask them, what do you think about Valentine's Day? Is it overhyped? Must you celebrate Valentine's Day? And one of them, a guy, even told me that before he gets into a relationship, he lays the cards on the table and tells them, I am not a wow person. I love you. I'm going to give you gifts whenever I see something that I feel you like. It does not have to be tied to one day. So what if I just show you love for one day and then that's it? Does it mean I don't love you again? So I think it's overhyped by businesses, that want to sell flowers, chocolates, cakes, and everything. So they try to attach love to all of those things so that you start getting pressured. Like, oh, if he doesn't get me a card this Valentine, he doesn't love me. They've tied the weight of love to Valentine. So because of that, I think it's overhyped. Love should be every day. Thank you.
Oh, wow. I love your perspectives. All are valid. And that's why we're doing this show so that we can take different POVs, like you guys say. Okay. Um, Tega, how do you personally celebrate or avoid Valentine's Day? Do you have any memorable Valentine's experiences, good or bad, you want to share?
I don't celebrate it, but I don't avoid it either. To tell you how long all my relationships have been, I've never had a Valentine's Day, because it's either I'm dating after Valentine's or I'm broken up before the next Valentine's Day. So I don't avoid the day. For me, it's just a regular day. I just get up and do what I have to do. I do my job. If I go online and I see people celebrating Valentine, I'm like, oh, it must be cute, must be nice, must be lovely. But Valentine's Day doesn't affect me one way or the other, because I one of my favorite mentors is Maya Angelou, and Maya said something that I hold very close. She said you have to get to a point in your life where there's somewhere inside of you that belongs to just you, and the only person allowed
Oh,
inside that part of you is God. So you only let God inside that part of you that belongs to just you. So that has shaped how I live my life. So I don't, the part of me that's just for me, that I only give to God, has led me not to be pressured by things. So it doesn't bother me. If you have love on that day, I am very happy for you. Go ahead, do all the shebang and all the things. I mean, it's a love day. Why not? Why not? If you celebrate your partner before that day, and if you don't, shame on you. But if you do, why not? It's go ahead and do it. But for me, it's like, cool, must be nice. Okay. When is my meeting? So it doesn't bother me. Yeah,
oh my goodness. She goes, when is my meeting? All right. That's
exactly. Like, what
nice.
time is my meeting?
Um,
Doesn't affect me one way or the other. In Nigeria, they'll say, no, they change price of crayfish for market now. So let's move on.
no, that took me off. I mean, you are more Nigerian than I am. You even know what our slangs are. Ghana, how far, sister? Uh, okay, all right. TobyZillions. I like your name, by the way, Toby. And when these zillions begin to arrive, make sure that
Yes.
you remember to send some my way. So, Toby, do you
Yes.
think the concept of Valentine's Day has evolved over the years? Do you think social media has do you think social media has changed the way we view Valentine?
I think, okay, I love history. So, Valentine's Day evolved as a result of Saint Valentine trying to wed people together in Rome. And because of his act of love, trying to make sure that these people get married and everything, he died as a martyr. And I think because of that one act, people took up um that day and like, okay, we'll take a day to celebrate this person, to celebrate what he has done for people. That is where the concept came from. But now, because the times are changing, people are changing, our mentalities are changing, and social media is not even helping. It has evolved beyond just that thing to romantic love. Because we feel okay because it's marriage, it has to be that kind of thing. But love to me should be shared every time with your family. It's not just romantic love, platonic love, showing up to your boss, showing up to your employees, showing up to your staff every time. So people are not tying you to one day and like, oh, when it's Valentine's, she's going to be all kind and nice because she's expecting a gift from us or he's expecting a gift from us. Okay, so you are just being nice because of one day. But when people know that, Okay, but when people know that you are not tied to one day event, like it's a normal thing for you as Christians or as a normal person, it should be a normal thing. But social media over escalates everything. Social media over, and if you do not have your own values, if you do not have your own values in yourself based on your principles, this is how I see life, this is how I relate to people. You will be moved by the waves, the ups and downs of social media. That one time they're telling you, do this is how love is show. Another time they're telling you, you don't do this, you don't love. And then you're like, where do I start? You have to define what love is to you. And yeah, I think that is my take. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for taking us back to the beginning. That it was all about Saint Valentine, and his quest for, making people appreciate love and get married and stay in love. He even died because of it, and that's how come he's a saint. Yeah, saint of love. And thank you for that, because some people jumping on it do not even realize what it's all about. Tega, I like what you said about a place in your heart or a place in your life or a place in your existence that is just for you, and the only person you allow inside is God. That's very deep. It
Mm.
speaks to how self-evolved you are and how self-aware you are and how you want to guard your space and your mental and everything. But tell
Mm.
me, you're in the media. Tell me, what do you think is the place of social media when it comes to, hyping Valentine? Because everywhere you turn now, it is Valentine this or Valentine that. People are setting ring
Mhm.
lights as I'm talking now, to do their Valentine speeches. And then people are
Yeah,
creating skits, full, mini productions just to tell us they're in love and everything. But yet,
yeah,
the statistics of what we see or the rest of what we see, the bars bows, the divorces, the separations, the all of
yeah.
that. I mean, how does it, what do you think? Do you think social media is helping us? Or you think it's, I don't know.
So social media, sorry, social media is a necessary evil. It's the uncle that pisses you off to the
Mm.
core, but you invite him to the party anyways because you need him at the party. So I would say, you know, when I was growing up, there was no example of a great marriage in my immediate circle of like people that I grew up around. So I didn't see anything to aspire to. I was like, if this is it, I'm so sorry. No, I'm going to go ahead and that, you know, um, your makeup of your experiences and your genetics. So for me, I think that I'm using myself because I can only speak for myself. I think that maybe if I grew up with social media, I'm a millennial, so we were the ones that saw pre-internet and we started internet. So if I maybe saw as a younger person before I started forming ideas in life, if I maybe saw social media content of love or what that looks like, even if it's fake, even if I don't know what was going on in their house, but I just saw an idea of what it looked like, it may have shaped my mind differently as to how I've turned out as an adult. But I didn't get any of that. So how I was shaped and how my ideas and how I think about things is completely different. Um, that's one aspect. The other aspect is,
Is
yes, it's
yes,
it's 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 becoming too much of a
too much
pressure
of a
for
pressure
the younger
for the
people
younger
because you
people
need
because you
time
need time
to form ideas
to
and
form
form
ideas and
yourself.
form yourself.
So that can
That
that
and
that is
that
that
is
is the part
or
where I
that's
say it's
the
a
part where I
necessary
think it's
evil.
very evil.
But and also,
But
I
and
mean, I've had
also,
experiences
I've got
where I
experience
know these people in their real life. You know what I mean? And then they go on social
then they
media
go
and they're
on
like, "Oh,
social media and they're
oh,
like,
call me,
oh, call
love
me,
of my life,
love
oh
of
baby,"
my
and
life,
I'm like,
oh,
"Yeah,
baby. I'm like, oh,
I know you people
I
inside
know you
the
people
house, so."
inside the house,
But Yeah, so it's a necessary evil. It's causing so much
It's
pressure, but
causing so
it
much
can
pressure,
also
but
be
it
good
can also be
for a
good
younger person
for a
who
younger
hasn't
person
seen any
who hasn't
example of
seen
love,
any
or even
example of
older people.
love.
People need hope. It doesn't have to be even younger people. People need
Younger
hope
people.
to say
People need
it's
help to
possible.
say
It's
it's possible,
aspirational. You know what I
it's
mean?
aspirational, you know
So
what I mean?
it's good. It's
So
good in that
it's good,
sense
it's good in that
for the
sense
aspirational
for
part
the
of it. But
aspirational part of
you
it.
as an
But
individual
you
now
as
have
an
to bring yourself back to reality to say
say
this may not always be the
this will not
case.
always be the case.
So yeah, that's what I think.
So yeah, that's what I think.
So in essence, was saying that sometimes the media, as it were, um, helps to fuel very unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. I'm particularly happy that both of you are media people and you're from the media spaces. Yeah. And so you understand what is going on. Um, while we wait for, okay, good, she's back. And you understand what is going on. The media actually has the power to shape narratives and shape what
Yeah.
people begin to perceive as the truth, you know.
Yeah.
And I like what you said, that if you're not founded already in your values, in your very core values, in who you are and what you want, the media could actually sway you and take you off course. And maybe
Yeah.
before you find yourself, before you realize where where you've been taken, I know, you know. You think we should be advocating for a regulation or caution, you know, as people? Because if you haven't, all you're seeing every day is love, 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 you're going to be wondering whether you came your own different. Toby, what do you think?
Thank you very much. Although I didn't really get the full question, maybe because of network, but
No, my
um,
question is that you are in the media space, so you understand that the media has a way of shaping narratives, and that honestly, when you consume a lot of the stuff that is put out, if you are not versed yourself, if you're not somebody who already has your own original thinking and original values, you might find the media carrying you to where you don't know. And by the time you get there, coming back is a problem. So how do we balance the influence of the media reality? You saw Tega even mention that there's some people that she knows personally that is really not like that groovy, but when they come on social media, they'll say, oh, love of my life, me and mine, and all of that. Meanwhile, they just finished fighting, you know. So how do we balance that for our younger ones?
thank you very much for that question. First of all, I think it's a matter of mindset. Like Tega said, starting from the roots,
Mm-hmm.
the foundation, where we came from, children. Most of us were not shown love in that sort of way. But I grew up with a dad that would correct you with beating and it still pull me together, like pull me to himself and say sorry. You shouldn't have done that. So somehow that was his own way of showing me love. And it's someone like shaped the way that I think about a lot of things. My dad is someone that when he goes out, he buys things. Like we see him and we're like, he's bringing something. And then we saw him show love through gifts. When I want to show someone love, I give them.
You're jumping in and out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yes, we can hear you now, but your network was jumping in and out.
I'm sorry. I apologize for that. So, like, because of how I grew up, I grew up to understand love as giving. Because even in the Bible it says that for God so loved that he gave. So we're not tying it to one particular thing. Now back to your question, that balancing what social media is saying with reality and also for the youth, it's the mindset. What do you want? What do you want? Now most of those people that do they have bad things happening in the house and they come out to show off. I think it's as a result of a damaged mindset. Because
Yeah.
one, who are you trying to prove to? You are going suffering, you are going through domestic or verbal abuse. emotional abuse, psychological abuse in the house, and you're coming out to show everybody that you're fine. Because how would you be going through such things and come out and show everybody that? That means you are living your marriage for people. That means you are in that marriage for people. And those people don't care. You don't even know
Mhm.
people. People is not one person. It's like you're saying you want to take water from an ocean. You don't even know which of the part of the water you've taken. If you pour the water back, you don't know if you are going to pick the water.
Okay, I think Toby has been thrown off.
Yeah.
Tega, could you please continue from where she was stopped?
Yeah, she's basically saying she was talking about mindset and how that affects you. So she made the last I heard, she was talking about those people that even come on social media to pretend that everything is okay. Who are they trying to do that for? It goes back to my very first point when I say
You can never
if you
fix anything.
don't,
And that is how
I think it's
when
back.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I think
Okay.
I'm having
Okay.
slight
No, go ahead.
network
Go ahead.
issues. So I'll just try to round up by saying whatever it is that we want to do, there must be a reason. You do not live your life to please other people. When people do live their lives to please other people, that is when the hype of social media can actually get to them. I don't see, growing up, when I see people buy popular things, I make sure I buy the opposite. I never wear what is common. I will make sure, okay, this is what is raining. I'll go and buy the thing that's not raining because this I cannot blend in with you guys because of it's what the society is saying. I decided to create my own style, to create my own sense of this is what I like. I'm not living my life because I want to look like you. I want to look like me. I want me to find expression. And that is what the whole love thing is about. Now, if youths, young ones, do not have good examples, if they grew up with a aunt or with a sister that is all materialistic, now this also points to people that are very materialistic. They just want you to buy, get stuff, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy. At the end of the day, you are trying to fill a void that cannot be filled in by things, but can be filled in by only God and the Holy Spirit. Because at the end of the day, you ask yourself, many of these people, many wealthy people, still end up committing suicide. Now, if it was about what they have, they would not die. They would not kill themselves. It means that even with everything that they had, he could not fill that void that only God can fill. So some of us were trying to fill in the void, and then we're trying to use gifts. Buy me this, buy me that. At the end of the day, you have everything. You have the Gucci, you have the Balenciaga, you have Prada, you have everything, but still yet you are still empty. That's because you don't even know yourself. Many people do not even know themselves, and they try to use external things to define themselves. Like I'm wearing Gucci, so I'm Gucci, and this. No, no, all of these are. I could talk about this for a very long time. Let me stop there.
Okay. I hear you. I hear you, Toby. And you're speaking for yourself. But I'm even saying that even for me, as big as I am and as aware as I think I am, that social media sometimes has some influence on me. Yeah. Um, because come on, who doesn't love love now? Eh? You wake up in the morning, somebody says, okay, I've known you for 50 years, and because I know you for 50 years, I'm going to give you 50 gifts in this one day. And then he now, or she, depending on who, plans it. First of all, you wake up with chocolates, next you get a flower, next you go to balls and there's a diamond ring, next you go to this and that and that, next thing you're on a PJ, or maybe your private shopping, even if it's in Sulere, your private shopping, but it's private shopping, they close the shop for you. You know what I mean? And all of that and all of that. There is this thing in all our hearts, that just craves that kind of attention, and we call it intentionality. So, in as much as I hear you, I still feel that social media puts pressure on people.
It does.
Yes, it
It
does.
does. We're not saying it doesn't. It does. What we're saying is you have to work with caution. Like you said, who doesn't love love? But you have to work, you have to be realistic about your life, your circumstances, and everything that you want to excel. So my younger sister is getting married, and we went to see a friend of ours, and then he
No,
said, Tega, so
it
Tega, when are you
actually
going to
puts
get
pressure
married?
on people.
And I said to him, let's be realistic. And he cracked up laughing. And he was like, what do you mean, let's be realistic? I'm like, let's be realistic about my lifestyle and what I do. So keep that question aside. But it doesn't mean that when I go on social media and I see all the love things, I'm not like, oh, must be nice. Must be really, really nice. So it does put pressure on people. You just have to be realistic about your life, what you want. Because sometimes if I feel like and social media contributes to, before social media, it was what would people say, like the whispers, like literally you'll be seeing it in your face. But now social media, it's online. And then you go and because you are seeing all these things, not necessarily I'm talking about not even younger kids now, like adult women, because you're seeing all these things on social media and you feel pressure and then you get yourself into a relationship. This is another side that people don't talk about. I'm talking about women now. You get into a relationship and there's no abuse. The man is not abusing you. You are the one frustrating the man. You're the one frustrating the man. And when I told my friend, let's be realistic about my life, is because I am not a selfish person, but I do selfish things. I want to travel when I want to travel. I have a job that I really like and I don't care about most other things, a lot of things. So imagine somebody like me, because I'm seeing all these things on social media, now go and now carry somebody's innocent son, then be frustrating the person's son. So because of that, it doesn't let me be me. What do you mean it doesn't let you be you? You are in a relationship. You are not you. You can't be you, but you have to be considerate about somebody else. But you've seen all these things on social media and you are like, oh, must be nice. And then, like Toby said, we can go on and on and on and on and on. Social media will put the pressure on you. But as a human being, be realistic about your life. Be realistic about where you are, even finances. Be realistic about the person you are dating or you're married to and what they can afford and what they can afford. You can't put pressure on somebody else's son and you can't put pressure on somebody else's daughter. Go and meet your daddy. If you want to buy Gucci bag, your husband does not have Gucci bag. Go and tell your dad to buy for you. If your father cannot buy for you, my sister, keep quiet. If you can't buy by yourself, my love, you may want to get a second job. I'm just saying.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Tega is bringing on the basketballs right now. And now I do not know what has happened to TobyZillions, but I pray she comes right back in. It's getting very hot right here. Tega says, don't frustrate someone's son or someone's daughter. I'm
Don't.
with you on that one. I am absolutely with you on that one because there is no frustration when it comes to love. Okay. Uh, mm, Tega, you're in the media space.
Yes,
Of course,
ma'am.
and you're a photographer. I'm sure you're taking many photo shoots lined up for Valentine and all of that. And then I like the way you guys go, put your hand like this. Okay, so look away. Okay, just imagine, look far away, then come back into my eyes. It's so amazing. And there was one photo shoot I saw where they were showing them clips of other people's poses for them to, imitate. And I'm like,
Imitate the
oh,
post.
really? So these things are contrived.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
They
So
are very.
life is just a stage, eh? Everybody acts their own in their own way.
Yeah,
Interesting.
so
Please tell us there. Have you personally had to promote Valentine's Day, any Valentine's Day content that you didn't personally believe in? How did you balance authenticity with the media narrative? Has it ever happened to you?
no, it hasn't. I
Okay.
promoted Valentine's Day content, but not one that I don't believe in.
Assuming you get one you don't believe in, would you promote it?
That's a good question. It depends. It depends. It depends. If you like it, I love it. I can go that way. If you like it, I love it. But it depends on what it is. It depends if it aligns with my values. I don't necessarily have to believe in it, but it has to be. If it's not killing people, if it's not going left, if it's a you like it, I love it situation, why not? I'm a creative. I can sell anything to you. I can package anything and brand it and sell it to you. That's the job I do. So if I don't believe in it and it doesn't harm people, it doesn't go against my values, of course. Let's make this money.
All right. Okay. What of you, Toby? Welcome back. We missed you for a moment there. Toby, have you ever had
Yes,
to
sir.
promote any Valentine content on social media, for instance, that you didn't believe in, but you just went ahead and did it anyway?
Um, no, I've never had to promote something I didn't believe in. I bake. I used to bake. So there was a time when I did content for Valentine. I'll send to people, do this, bake cakes for your love. Because I know their mindset. So it's me using that knowledge I have about the mindset of people that they want to show love on that day to say, okay, make cakes for your loved ones. I'm going to do it like a love box. I put all of these chocolates and everything. And people loved it. And it was something I agreed with. I love gifts. And yes, someone is saying on Facebook, I love love. Yeah, I love love too, sis. But I do not allow social media control me. That is where I'm coming from. I love love a lot. See, I'm a lover girl. So yes.
Yes, that's Jennifer. Jennifer says, I love love. Yes, we all love love somehow. We all want to be loved right, whatever that means to each and every one of us, you know. But then we find that I find that there's some content I see about Valentine, and I'm like, even the person promoting this, does the person believe this thing they're promoting? So it's actually very good to know that but you both are not there. But there's something else you just said that, I just caught on to. You said because you know their mindset, you skewed it to their mindset. And this is what I'm saying that the media does. Because the media knows that there's a Jennifer
Yes.
George who loves love, and there's an Ezineku Frekanem who loves love. So you whine us. You whine us. You beg us. You 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 you
We
make your
change the
voice
voice.
louder.
We get
Yes.
we get a great voiceover artist to help us. We dim the lights on the
Uh-huh.
video.
You
And then
know.
we use black lights. We use spotlights, just one spotting it. And then we have
Mm-hmm.
somebody who talks like this to you on the phone and
Yeah.
say,
Do,
do
do
you
you
really want to
Valentine's
understand?
Day.
celebrate Valentine's
Are
Day?
And
you
a lot
ready
of
to
us will
celebrate
go
Valentine's
Mustafa,
Day?
Mustafa, Mustafa. Even those of us that we're not married to Mustafas, you. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. I'm enjoying this. I'm really, really enjoying it. There's a war that's been going on for some time between the Ghana Jollof and the Nigerian Jollof.
See, Tega. Why do your face like
And
that?
now, Tega, you know that our Jollof is better than your Jollof.
Can I say something though?
Yes, say it, though.
Okay, I am a Ghanaian, but I grew up in Nigeria. So my
So
parents
you're
are
biased.
Ghanaians. No, I'm not biased. I just want to tell you my life experience, and you can do with that information whatever you want.
Okay.
People used to come to my house. You know what I mean? Growing up as a
Mhm.
child, and before they get to my house, they will call my mom to cook jollof rice. I don't know what that means to the Nigerians, but you can do whatever you want with that information. They
Well, your
will
mom
leave
was in
their
Nigeria.
house.
No, I'm not going to let you do
Yeah.
this. Your mom was in Nigeria, and so your mom learned how to cook the Nigerian jollof rice. And so that's why we call her.
Yes.
I'm laughing.
No.
I'm laughing because there's someone on the stream who says, okay, now, jollof, Ghana jollof and Nigerian jollof. And this person is a Ghanaian. But she too is married to a Nigerian. Let's
I
bring it
am
on.
not. That's what I'm saying. That it's. I'm not arguing which jollof is better. I am just saying, with my Ghanaian parents, whenever
Mhm,
people came over to my very Ghanaian home that was in Nigeria, we ate Ghanaian
mhm,
food. We spoke Ghanaian languages. We did Ghanaian things in Nigeria,
mhm,
and my mom had a lot of Nigerian friends.
mhm. Mm-hmm.
they would come over to eat
Uh-huh.
jollof rice.
Yeah. Made by a Ghanaian woman in the Nigerian way. So, but today
Oh,
is not about that rice.
didn't say
We're
anything.
not.
That's all I said.
That's all me I'm saying too. They come over to eat
That's all
jollof
I said.
rice made by a Ghanaian woman in the
Okay.
Nigerian way. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So serious, Nigerians have it. Nigerians have it.
Oh,
Nigerians.
come on, we're even two Nigerians now here, and in fact we're three Nigerians because she practically grew up
But
here. She was
it's
born
true.
here. Yeah, so we're
Uh-uh.
actually no, okay, okay. Oh, it's all right. Come on now, you see, and we are just talking rights. But now we want to talk about love. We want to talk about
Yes.
love. What?
Mm-hmm.
Um. mm, Tega.
Yes, ma'am.
There is talk all over social media about Nigerian men falling for Ghanaian women. What's the
Mm-hmm.
magic? What are the
What's the
Ghanaian women doing
magic?
differently? Yes, what's the magic? What are they doing
I
differently?
thought about
Because
it.
you see, the people in this our generation now they're not like me. I would never go under someone's wedding, whatever, and say, why did you go and marry from here? I would just be observing. But these people are not, they're asking because they want to understand, why are you not picking us? Why are you going to
Yeah.
that place? So tell us,
Yeah.
what are you guys doing better than we?
I think wait, when I got this question, I thought about it and I was like, what's the difference? Because I am privy to both cultures. What's the
Mhm.
difference? And here's the thing. Nigerians are very in your face type people. There is
Mm.
because of how big the country is and how everything is just haphazardly done. So it's not the patient dog eat the fattest bone. Is if you get there first, you grab the bone type. And the Ghanaian culture is very laid back. Ghanaian culture is very take your time. Ghanaian culture is very don't scream, don't shout. Why are you shouting? We have a saying in Tree that it literally translates to it's okay, let's give it to God. Anything that happens in Ghana, they'll say, oh, it's okay, give it to God. You know? So our culture is very, very laid back in a sense where even the women are not in no shade though. I'm not shading my Ghanaian sisters or anything. Have an idea of to be. They go to school just enough. They have the masters just enough. They have the PhD just enough. But there's still this homely I'm still a wife type mind. I'm still gonna go back home. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yeah. Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm still a wife type.
Yes.
I'm still gonna go home.
Anyway, so
Yes.
like I was saying, if you can hear me, can you put it in the chat so I can know that you
Yes,
can
we
hear
can
We
me?
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Somebody please type that.
So the
Yeah.
Ghanaian, I think the Nigerian man just wants a little bit more peace and quiet. I think that's what has happened. I think the Ghanaian man just wants a little bit more peace and quiet. They just need a little bit. It may even be a subconscious thing. They just need to slow down a little bit more. And I think the Ghanaian woman brings that, pace yourself type. That's just my views and my opinions. Don't come for me and say I said Ghana women are like this. I'm just saying from my observation, that's what has happened. It's a different it's it's a different type of combat with the Ghana woman and the Nigerian um and the Nigerian man. It's easy. Ghanaian girls, they don't have time. It's Nigerian girls like, oh, do you play hard to get? It's not you're coming to trust me for 5 years. Because the Ghana women don't do that. They like you, they like you. Stop stressing yourself. Come on, let's go. You want to marry me? I like you. Let's go see my family. Give you the list. They don't. I mean, they're those, but for the most part, they're very conservative in how they approach life. They're very let's build a home together. You know, They are very. That's how the Ghana woman is. So I think that's what's happening.
Thank you very much, because honestly, this is an expose that you've just given to us. So you see that thing they
Yeah.
say, a man wants to be
What?
the hunter.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
Ghanaian
Yeah.
woman
Yeah. Yeah.
allows
Yeah.
him to hunt. You see that thing they
They
say,
let you hunt, baby.
mhm, a man wants his peace of
They let
mind.
you hunt. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Ghanaian woman allows him to um, be in control, look in control, act in control, and she just gives him peace. You know, I
Yeah. I
I
would say that. I would say that.
I hope that my Nigerian sisters are taking notes, and because the trend is trending, and we have to ensure that it does not trend and leave us behind. Uh, Amazing stuff, honestly, amazing. So this is a very big noticeable difference between how love is done in Nigeria and how love is done in Ghana. One of our Nigerian sons said that, a very famous one, I don't want to say his name,
Hmm.
said that Nigerian girls know how to bill people. They just keep billing you from hello, you're getting the
Yeah.
bill. So how is it that
Yeah.
you Ghanaians are not sending the bills as well?
I think they are sending the bills, but I think it's within reasons if they are. So I think even if there are those that send bills, they send within reasons. They're not outrageously, doing going out there. But for the most part, they don't. They're like I'm telling you, like when I moved to Ghana, I noticed I was apologizing a lot, and because I have a Nigerian accent, people don't know I'm actually Ghanaian and I understand what they are saying. So they be talking about
Mm-hmm.
me and I be understanding what they are saying. And I was noticing that I was apologizing a lot. Oh no, I didn't mean it that way. I did, and I was like, why am I always apologizing? And I noticed I grew up in a very sarcastic society. In Nigeria, you say, Tega, what are you doing with this cup? My answer would be, I want to put it on my head. You know the type of thing.
Yeah.
So, and then you two, you fire back with another sarcastic response,
Mm-hmm.
and then we go back and forth. But I noticed that I told my somebody I was dating I had a box of juice, and then he asked me, "Tega, what do you want?" He asked me, "Tega, what are you doing with the juice?" And I responded, "I want to go and use to wash plates." And he got so angry, and I was like, "Why are you angry?" I was just, it's not that serious. But Ghanaian women are not like that. They're very, there's no they would present, even if they're upset at you or something, they would present it to you in a way that is not combative. you know it's either they
Mm.
won't say anything at all, because we're also a society that don't talk. Ghanaians don't talk. They will say, okay, give it to God, and they'll be carrying things in their chest, and you do not know that this person is angry with or at you. But yeah, even if something is wrong, they're not combative people. They're not loud. Ghanaians are not loud. um so yeah, they do this a lot in Ghana. So when the Ghanaian
Oh.
goes, they're not saying nothing, but they're very angry. They're just so things like that. Then they will say, "You is okay. You is okay. You don't worry. You is okay. You is okay. It's okay." So yeah, that would be it. They don't bail. I don't think they do. I don't think, if they do, then it's a culture that they have imbibed from Nigeria. But the average Ghana girl don't have time for that. They have their job, they went to school, they're educated just enough. The next step for them is to get married. They start dating from university. Um, that one guy, they after school get a nice job, settle down with the guy, build their life just enough. Can they travel to London? Yes, they go on vacation to London. They don't Ghanaians are not aspirational in the sense of let's get the whole world. You know what I mean? They can feed their family, they have savings for their family. Why do we need a flashy car? We can get a regular car. That's the type of society we live in. So yeah.
Interesting stuff. These are things that we should know and things that we should note, so that we will not be losing our love interest to other people. But tell me, I'm curious. What do you think? Nigerian man versus Ghanaian men, who are more romantic?
Nigerian man. Who are more romantic? The Nigerian Nigerian man will sway and woo you and then put pepper inside your eye.
Oh my God. She goes
That's
and put pepper
Nigerian.
inside your eye. Okay, what do you mean by put pepper
And then,
inside your eye? I don't understand that.
they put pepper inside your eye. Well, Nigerians have more swag, have more confidence, have more. They have more juice, if I can use that word. So Nigerian men
Mhm.
are more romantic, which obviously the Ghanaian girl will like because the Ghanaian man is not doing that for her. And then the Nigerian, Nigerian man, if they want you, they want you. Nigeria will say, I like you, talk your own. So, Nigeria, if they want you, they want you. They will come bold and do all of that. Ghanaian men are not really, they will be using sense and style and be laughing and be using style to ask you out. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
Nigerian men are more romantic, if you ask me personally.
Yeah, okay. So that's nice. Nigerian women, I hope you can hear all of this that is going on. I do not know where Toby has gone, but we hope that she joins us before this conversation tapers out so that we can have our own perspective. Because for
Yeah.
all we know, Toby might just be thinking that Ghanaian men are the juice, according to Tega. I'm learning new lingo here. Okay, great. Tega, please tell
Yes,
me,
ma'am.
do you think that sometimes I ask myself, isn't it, if you were younger or if you were in the dating market now, how would you even cope? Because I mean, there are all stuff going on. We have the dating apps, we have the
Mhm.
um in virtual assistants and all of that, and people will say, oh, we met on a site and then and then we are married, we're in love. I'm like, how would I even cope? you know. So I'm just wondering,
Yeah.
uh, how is it? Do
Mm-hmm.
you think that the way I view love is different from the way the younger generation view love? Because I couldn't accept love online. I don't know what that means.
Let's give it a minute. You've gone out. Um,
I'm here.
I
Can you
think
hear
your
me?
question was how do you cope with dating? Is that what you're asking? If we are let's see.
My
So
question
she was
is,
asking,
my
which is coming
question
back in. Are you back?
is,
Hello, Maya.
yes, I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back. And Tega is back as well.
Okay.
So my question
Okay.
basically
So
is
your question is,
that if I was, sometimes I think about it that if I was in the dating market now, I wouldn't even know how to cope. I wouldn't even know how to fit in because I don't understand what you mean by dating apps, dating sites, online. I couldn't accept online love. I don't know. What is that? How do you do it? So I'm wondering, with all of this sophistication that you now have and everything, do
it's
you
not
still view love the same
sophistication.
way? What did you say?
It is not sophistication.
Okay, what is it?
It's progression. I would say progression more than sophistication. We're progressing on how we do relationships and how we date.
Okay, so with this
So
progression, do you still
yeah.
view love the same way we view love? The same way I view love?
How
Because for me, love is a commitment. Love is a decision that you take, and it's something you work on. In fact, my favorite definition is that love is a verb, is a doing word.
yeah.
I don't know. Is it the same thing? Because by the time I go on site and online and I acquire a love, like I'm buying a piece of
That's not
merchandise
what
from an
happens.
online store.
Stop shading us. That's not what happens.
No, I'm not shading. I'm just trying to understand. So educate us.
So in older time, how do you meet men? Your family will introduce you to the guy. You meet the
For
guy when
some
you
of
go to
us,
school.
yes.
Yeah, for some, you meet the guy in church. You meet the guy at your job. So you would meet a guy at a family function or at a family event. That's how
Mm-hmm.
you generally meet people. And
Mm-hmm.
then now, and that so the mindset was you would go into these spaces with also, and this is no shade, you know what I mean? Like you would go
Mm-hmm.
up saying, you think of getting married though. So even when you go to university, you're in that mindset of let me look for a partner, let me do this and let me do that. So but and then as time kept going, we had mothers who would tell us to gain all the talk to a boy. Don't stand there. If you stand next to the boy, you get pregnant. They don't want you to have boyfriend. You can never bring a boy home. But at 34 years old, they're expecting you to have a husband. How am I going to talk to the boy when you haven't socialized me with men? I'm not allowed to have
I'm not allowed to
male
have
male friends growing up.
friends
Then
growing
all of a
up.
sudden,
Then
I
all of
should
a sudden, I just
learn how to
learn
act
how to act.
when
When,
you know what I mean.
you know
So
what I mean? So,
the
the
progression
progression
changed,
changed,
and
and
we
we
will leave
will
school,
leave
and
school,
we
and
went to school to
went to
school.
school to
We did
school.
not go to
We
school to look
know
for
what
husband.
um,
Church is now
church is now
online.
online.
We don't
We don't
have, most
have,
people have, I
most
work
people
from
have,
my
I work
home.
from my
I'm
home.
in my
I'm in
office
my
in my
office, in
home.
my home.
So
So
if I don't have a
if I
shoot
don't have a
out
shoot
there,
out there,
I'm always in my
I'm
home,
always
in
in my
my
home,
office.
in my
I'm working
office.
from
I'm
home.
working
How
from
do you
home.
expect me
I
to
just
meet a
started
man? The
with a
man is
man.
always come
It
to
was always something
my
my
doorstep.
doorstep.
So I
So
think
I
the
think
dating
the
apps and
dating
the
apps and
online
the
is
online
just
is
a
just
middle
a
ground
middle ground
that is
that
helping
is
people
helping
connect
people
more
connect more
outside of the
outside of the
circles that
circles that
they would have met
they would have met
somebody.
somebody.
So
So it's the same way as
going to a
going
bar
to a
and sitting
bar,
down, or going out to a
going out to
restaurant
a restaurant,
and the man will
and
walk
the
up
man
to
will
you
walk
and
up to
talk
you.
to you. It's the same way
It's
that
the same
happens.
way that
It
happens.
depends
It
on the
depends
on
on
the
the
app and on the site.
on the side.
So
So
it's just the
it's
same way. I
I
tell my
tell my
friends,
friends,
I'm like, keep posting
posting
online. I've had
online.
experiences where men will send DM and want to try to slide into your DM just because of what you, and then be yourself, be authentically you on the internet. You don't know who is looking. There are people who have gotten married from Facebook. People have gotten married from the internet. It's possible. It's the same way. If you meet somebody, you don't know the man is moving mad. Maybe in your time, your friend introduced you to this guy. He's just doing a nice thing, thinking that something's doing him. It's the same way when you meet somebody online, you have to now do your due diligence to find out. I had this guy who DM me, and he was fine. I was like, is this AI or it's real? And because I know how to do social media, I just did a deep dive, and I found the people that we both knew. And I sent those people a message, hey, do you know this guy? And they're like, oh, why? Is he sending you a message? I'm like, yeah, he texted me. Do you know him? And I'm like, if you know somebody who know him, let me verify before you even go further. You know what I mean? So it's same thing. It's just progression. It's just more ways now for us to meet people. Because me, I work, I go to church, I every now and then go out with my friends, but it's not a thing that I do all the time. For the most part, I'm in my office, in my home. So if I have a desire to be married, the man is not going to, God will not bring him to my door. I'm like, well, my daughter, here is he, take him. So if that's an interest of mine, I have a friend who really, she has a real, I'm like, I tease her, I'm like, you make Bumble give you this thing, champion. Now you be champion from Bumble. Like that's the thing. You have to know what she wants. She wants to be married. She's looked at her circumstances. She's like, listen, she's signing up for all the dating apps. She's vetting all the people, and she has a really good boyfriend now from Bumble.
Wow. Wow.
So if you want a relationship, if you want to be married, my darling girls and boys, get on the Bumbles, get on the not Tinder. Tinder is hookup. Don't do Tinder. Do Bumble. Do I will remember the name and I'll text it to Mrs. Inlet to send it to you guys. But in Nigeria,
Oh,
Bumble
okay.
works. Bumble
Okay.
works in Nigeria. Bumble
Okay.
works in Nigeria. So do Bumble if you want a relationship.
Okay, great. This is education of Ezine Kufrekanem going on, and I believe for many other people that will come on that are getting educated, is interesting to note. TobyZillions, while you were away, I asked Tega, between the Nigerian man and the Ghanaian man, who is more romantic? I won't tell you her answer, but you tell us your own answer.
Okay, so I haven't dated a Ghanaian before, so I may not be able to answer that question. But from the Nigerian perspective, so Nigerian guys are very romantic. They are
Oh,
very, very
great.
romantic. They
It's
are
good to
very,
know. We need
very,
to push this narrative, eh? We need to push it there so that
yeah,
people will know. But you know a thing, as an aside, I'm just thinking that we're going to see um, many cross-country marriages because, for instance, most of our children are schooling in very different places in the world right now. You
yeah.
can't send your child to Australia to school and still be hoping that your child will come back and come and marry somebody in Lagos State. Because
Yeah.
Tega did say something that we go to school to learn. And I
Yeah.
think that's for, in fact, I was about to say to you, Tega, you talk like someone I know. And I wanted to say, and I do know you do not know this person, but you sound exactly like this person. And I'm wondering, do you guys have a WhatsApp group?
Maybe. Secret.
Because he says, you will say, don't have a boyfriend, don't have a boyfriend. And then you now wake up and say, hey, when are you getting married? Who am I going to marry? My books?
It's like I know you're because her last name starts with an E.
No, 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 no. We're
Because
not even going to go there. Let's not go there before they crucify us both. Interesting
but it's
stuff.
very true.
Okay.
The parents we grew up with is like they don't talk to boys. You can't have male friends. Da, 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 da. And then you graduate university. They're like, so when I get married, but you said I should not talk to boy. I did not talk to boy. Oh. I had school to read.
I know. Okay. So now let's wrap up. Yeah. Let's start to try to wrap up. Toby, do you think the younger generation view love differently? Because I mean, for them, they have so many red flags going on, so many deal breakers, and for every little thing is a deal breaker. At least, well, from my own point of view, I say little thing, but from their own point of view, huge red flag. So, do you think that they view love differently from people in my generation, for instance? It's now Tega's turn to be thrown off. Go ahead.
Yes, I think that they view love from a different perspective than the
Mm-hmm,
older generation.
mm-hmm,
The reason why I say that is because most of them were opportuned to be part of families where they didn't like the way their father treated their mothers. And
mm-hmm.
hence, that has already set a red flag in their mind. If a guy treats me like this, I don't want to marry a man that does something like this. I don't want to date a man that does something like this. It is going to hurt my mom. They witness their mom crying every time. So if a guy portrays that kind of attitude or character, it's a red flag. They're like, I can't be with this person. Then he's going to start doing this. What my dad did to my mom could not say anything. So because they noticed that most women in the older generation they stayed in that marriage in that because of their children, but now they are like telling themselves they're putting everything out on the table and saying, if you do this to me, I am leaving because they saw what their mom had to go through because of them, and they're telling themselves, I cannot take that. It's a big red flag for me. I cannot take
Mm-hmm.
it. So
Mm-hmm.
some of us see love as most of them for now. Most of them see love as giving attention, time, and everything. While the older generation might also still see love like that, because we see them as they're old. We think my mom would say Arugo tall lipstick. That means old people also use red lipstick. That means they were once young before they became old.
Like
They
me,
also
I
did
don't have red
makeup.
lipstick on.
So mom would say that, oh, because you think, oh, mommy, you don't understand. And she's looking at you like, look at you. I was once young before I became like this. So I understand more than you actually understand. So our view of love somehow differs.
Hmm.
So yeah. So I guess that is it. That's it.
Yeah.
I asked on my WhatsApp status. So when I was in my early 20s, there was a batch of weddings. People were getting married. Everybody around me was getting married. And now that I'm in my mid-30s, those people who got married at the time are all divorced. I only know like one person who is still married. And so now we are in the second wave of second marriages, or I don't want to get married again or whatever. And I was like, so I asked, I was like, why is the divorce rate so high? And a friend of mine who is divorced responded, we have smartphones. That was her response to my thing. She said, we have smartphones. And I was like, what does that even? So I responded, I'm like, what does that even mean? We have smartphones. She's like, we have options. We have lawyers. I can
Yeah.
FaceTime you. I don't, she was like, you think you're just holding. I was like, I have never thought about a smartphone causing so much divorce. Because she's like, if my husband is doing something to
Sure.
me, I can easily call my friend. And my friend who knows nothing about marriage, in the moment, can give me a bad advice that can stick in my brain. And I can also call my family lawyer. Before you now have to now go and look for phone service place before you can tell your friend, you have to wait. And by the time you finish waiting, the issue has died down. So
True this,
I was
Tega.
like,
True this,
God, these
Tega.
smartphones. She's like, I'm telling you, smartphones causing a lot of issues. So I'm just putting it out there that the divorce rate is going high because people have smartphones, according to my
Yeah,
friend.
yeah, I think
And they
I
can make,
agree with Tega.
I
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely
I was like,
agree with your
I
friend and
agree.
with both of you. Yes, you see, I'm nodding my head like the Agaman lizard. Frankly, that's the same thing you said. You said this whole thing, the smartphone, the social media, they're all necessary evil. We need to guard our hearts and our spaces on how we, interact with it and what we do with it,
Yes.
because there are
can I
plenty
also add
unstudied.
that, uh, sorry,
Go ahead,
I
Tega.
don't mean to cut you off.
No, it's
Our
fine.
parents stayed for the children. Our parents stayed
Mm-hmm.
for their kids.
Mm-hmm.
People always,
Yeah.
when I tell my parents' marriage story, my mom was a busy, she had like so many businesses. She used to travel. She should have left and of us by herself. So it was for the kids. She stayed for her children. And now we know that that's even more damaging than leaving, because we'd rather be out of the house and we don't see the thing. So we know that everybody's situation is different. My situation is completely different. My father was a great father, a terrible, terrible husband. He had the great ability to be an awesome dad, but a horrible husband. So every situation is different. And my mom would stay because like he likes his children, he takes care of his kids, so she didn't want to
Yeah.
spoil that or whatever. And so everybody's situation is different, but I'm like, mommy, if you had left, you'd have it would have been better than saying he likes his children. That So now we know that
Yeah.
staying for the kids is doing more harm than good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I
So that's
agree.
another
Like,
reason why we're out. Even if we have kids, we're like, I'm not gonna put my kid through what I went through. So
yeah.
I would rather
Yeah.
not put them in the environment like that. That's also another option. That's what I wanted to say. Go ahead, ma'am.
So I agree, Tigger. I grew up in a verbally and physically abusive home. So I witnessed domestic violence firsthand. You understand? And then I told myself I don't want this for myself. I felt this is not a way to show love. And there was a time my dad wanted to leave. I was so happy. I even helped him carry his bag. My mom was still begging him to stay. I'm like, let this bag go. He's always beating us. I don't want this. You get what I'm saying now? And she stayed, and then we would say, why can't we just let all of these things die? And she's like, oh, it's because of my children. She doesn't want our children to suffer. And while I understand that most people stay in marriages because of their children, it affects our mindset. And most of us now, we have to start fixing things in our minds because our minds are so damaged because of where our foundation. We have to now start setting another foundation. So, yeah, the most of them will not stay. Like the people in my generation, if they went through that, they would not stay unless if their self confidence has been damaged. Because some men, well, there are some men that are nurturers, there are some men that are killers.
They know where you are going. They know how confident you are. They know how eloquent and good you are. And because they feel like, oh, I will go far with this woman. But if she knows her value, she will leave me. They try to break her down and demean her, wash her down with words that where are you going to? You're nobody. I know people, I know someone that is actually in that kind of situation. She feels so broken because of the words that the husband says to her, and she feels like she doesn't have value in herself and a lot of things like that. She's still there because her mom is like, during her own time, she didn't leave her own husband, but now she's fed up. So if you say the youth of this generation, they will not stay for it. They won't. They won't. They may go to social media and cry and try to seek advice from other people because of okay phones and everything. And women are wiser now. They're not like our mothers of then that would be so docile and take everything in. Now women are standing out to fight for themselves. So although some people do it too much and too much of everything is not good, but then first
Yeah.
of all, when you are in a situation where it looks like your life is at risk, the first thing you do is you separate first. You come out of that house first and then try to see how things work out. Yeah. So
Yeah, too much of everything is bad. And then again, I want to also just make this last point. I'm a very big advocate for love, and I mean, it's a divine institution. It's by God. It is the only thing that has been compared to anything with God is marriage. The Bible says, "As Christ loved the church." So it's there. It's a divine institution. But as Paul said, you have to be again. You have to be realistic, and then we go back to the very beginning. Myself, I always tell people I'll make a horrible wife. I will make a horrible, horrible wife. And you have to know it's not just the man washing the woman down. You have to know as a woman, what do you want? Oh, everybody's married, I should be married, I should be married. And you're not gonna marry and frustrate somebody's son. Don't leave me alone. And you go and get married and then you have kids and then no, honey, be realistic. Sit with yourself. Let me give you this exercise to do. Write what you like and what you don't like randomly. I do this every year. What So I decide what I like and I don't like. This year I decided I don't like fruits, and that's true. I always would like fruits because people would say it's healthy for you, but I hate fruits. It's too sweet. I don't like sugar. I don't like anything that's sweet in my mouth. So apples, an apple a day keep the doctor away. I like apples. It's too sweet for me. Just random things. I don't like this. I don't like telling white lies. If you ask me, Tega, why are you? I'll tell you I'm still in my house. If you want to beat me, beat me. I'll not tell you I'm on the way. I'll tell you, give me 30 more minutes. Tega, I don't like colors. I don't have a favorite color. What's your favorite color? I don't have one. What's your favorite food? I don't have one. What's your favorite place? I don't have one. I don't have those decisions to make. So if you know yourself very well, then you say, do I want to be married? Apart from what every other person is saying in the world. If you want to be, get on Bumble and start dating. Go out with men, talk to men,
okay,
post
okay.
on social media. If they send you a DM,
Oh,
answer. If men send you a DM, respond to them. Answer the DM. Be polite. Be nice. Smell good. Wash your pits. Brush your teeth. Do all the things. And if you don't want to be married, stay away from men. Leave them alone.
okay.
Okay.
Tega,
No, no, no.
okay.
You people have hijacked my show. Okay.
Oh
You
no.
We're sorry.
Okay,
We're
all
now
right,
just
go
sorry.
ahead.
just
We're
this last
sorry.
one.
Yes.
You know, she's saying something about bubble dating apps and everything like that. For me, I believe that go where you want to meet, where your kind of person would go. If
Mm-hmm.
like for me now, if I want to network, I go for seminars, go for high profile events where I will meet quality people. Because not sometimes, one of the things I want to hear how you think. I want to hear how you talk. When I hear it, no matter how you look, I am attracted. I'm attracted to intelligence. I'm an intelligent lady, definitely. Like has to attract
So
like. So when I see someone
you
that
are
might look good, has money,
sapiosexual.
yeah, I'm attracted to intelligence. I love people that are intelligent. Talk. Before we start looking at other things, let me hear how you talk first, and let me hear what your view is on God. So aside from the old bubble dating app thing, I've never done any dating apps. I believe in being led. I believe in being led. I believe in asking questions. I ask the Holy Spirit questions a lot. because like before I tell anybody anything, they have to say, Holy Spirit, this is what is happening, blah blah blah. And I'm asking for wisdom. Everyone, you know that there is something unique about you. The person that is going to help you to identify yourself is the Holy Spirit first. He knows I formed you, I knew you. So definitely you have to ask him first, who am I and who is the kind of person that will fit me? Who is the kind of person that will help me achieve purpose? Who is the kind of person that is because we can be deceived. Have you not seen coconut that is looking so fine on the outside, looks like what you want? You get home and then you break it, not I make that mistake every time. Like, God, that is good for myself. So I cannot choose for myself. Choose for me. Something as small as a coconut. I'm like, I make mistakes. I can make mistakes over the most sleepless things. Not talk of a human being that can camouflage and hide, where he can even say all the right things, do all the right things that and ticks my boxes. But the Holy Spirit is one that is going to help me to filter and say, this is not the person, he's not who he is, he's not who he says he is. His profile is good, he has money, he has all of this, but I'm looking 10 years down the line, there's going to be trouble. I'm looking at his immediate family, there's going to be trouble. His foundation has a problem. You cannot handle it, you do not have the capacity to handle that kind of spiritual battle. It is not for you, run. And because I've been in that position where I came out of a relationship and I came out of a
It is
relationship
not
and
for you.
I saw
Run.
someone I liked, and then the Holy Spirit said, yeah, he told me run. I didn't know why I was that, but he told me run, and I had to run.
Mm. Interesting
As
conversation going
time
on
as time
here.
went by, I began to see the reason why he said that, and it was not aligning with my own spiritual. It was not. so
Very
so it was
interesting
not
and
aligning.
very,
It's not just about
very.
how someone looks. How does it look in the spirit?
Thank you so much, TobyZillions.
How
Thank
does
you,
it look in
Tega.
the
Very
spirit? So
interesting and
um
very deep conversation going on here. You know, when I said this was going to be the education of Ezine, I didn't realize how deep it was going to run. And I'm glad I'm letting this take on its own natural uh, energy and go the way it wants to go. Tega, you said something very phenomenal, even for me. You said that in people in my generation stayed because of their children. And these children firsthand witnessed toxicity and witnessed, imbalance in marriages and all of that. And because they know that it was because of them that their parents stayed, they do not want to relive that again. They do not want to do that to their own children. So therefore, they would leave to create good, memories, good foundation for their own children. Because right now, those children that we stayed for are dealing with, re-energizing their mindsets and re-energizing what they know and think and feel about love. This is a whole new dimension to this discussion that I hadn't even thought of. We all just look at, oh, they stay because of their children, and that's a noble act. But then we haven't looked at it, or I hadn't looked at it at, so what happens to those children that you stayed because of? They also come out somehow dysfunctional and are trying to fix themselves. And their way of
Somehow,
fixing themselves is by saying, enough, I'm not going this route
full
again.
functional. That's
So thank you, Tega, for highlighting that. I also like what you said, that your father was or is a good father, but a terrible husband. It's good to make the distinction. In one person,
mhm,
you can find both. In one person, you can find a fantastic husband, a fantastic boyfriend. You can have a fantastic boyfriend who will turn out not to be a fantastic husband in the long run. We need to
yes.
understand all of this. You can also
yep.
have a terrible husband who is a great father. We need to understand all of this and be intentional about what we're looking for. Finally, I like what you said about being honest and upfront with yourself. What do you like? What do you not like? Because that's what will save you going forward. If you don't like this, then you don't go near it. It looks like it, you run away from it. And then for you, Toby, thank you so much. Your perspective is really very deep. It was when you were talking that someone said, living is the most difficult decision to make, but sometimes it's profitable. you know. Either way, you leave, you stay because of your children. May God help all of us. We will not
Amen.
stop loving love. You know, we will not stop loving love. We will
No
keep
stopping.
trying. Yes, and we'll keep evolving until we get it right. Now, just for before we wrap up, could you please tell me, starting with you, Tega, if you could change one thing about how society celebrates Valentine's Day, what would it be? Come to me as a woman and come to me as a professional. What will it be? What will you change?
The commercial aspect of it. That's
Yeah.
what I'll change. I'll change it so it will take away the pressure of performance.
Yeah.
That's what I'll change. The commercial aspect of it to take away the pressure of performance.
Thank you. And Toby, what would you change as a woman and what would you change as a professional about the way that the society celebrates Valentine?
I think I agree with Tega. It's the commercialization of love. There has to be a redefinition of what it is so people do not feel pressured um, doing what they should not do or what they cannot do, or people not trying to force people into modes that they are not. So, yeah, the commercialization is one thing that I would change, most definitely.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Both of you agree on it's perceived. Both of you agree on that. So, can we take your final words for our listeners today? Could you please tell us one, just give us one piece of advice for singles and couples this Valentine's season so that we can celebrate love responsibly, like they say? Tega?
Um, don't kill yourself, my dear boys and girls. It's not a do or die affair. 24 hours will pass and it will be Saturday again. Make wise choices and figure out for yourself what you want. And then figure out what God wants for you and make sure that both of them align. So, yeah. My sister, if it's going to be too much pressure on your life, stay away from the internet that day. Turn off your phone. Read a book or do your job.
I don't
Or
know. Did we
both.
lose Tega?
No, you
Yeah,
didn't
please,
lose
I can
them.
hear her.
Yeah, so do that. Don't pressure yourself. It's 24 hours. It will pass and it will become Saturday. Don't make dumb choices. Don't make stupid decisions. And stay away from the internet if it's such a bother to you.
Okay, Toby, what do you have to say?
What I have to say is love every time. Do not allow your love to be tied to a particular occasion or time. Whenever you step out of the house, you go shopping, you see something your partner would like, get it for them. That is the sign of love. Whenever you remember someone, call them and tell them that you love them. Why? Because the only thing that we can't have are the times that are gone, but we can do something about the times that are coming. So every time you have that opportunity to show someone that you love them, always do it because that could be the last time that you could actually have the opportunity to show love to that person. What if they're gone the next day, and then you say, "Oh, I wish." So to cancel out every form of "I wish," always show love every time, and always show how appreciative you are of whatever it is that is given to you, no matter how small it is. Do not have this high expectancy rate of what someone should give to you. Whatever it is, if it's a pen they give you, collect it and be happy, laugh about it. If the person that gave you a pen and sees the joy that comes as a result of that, will do something bigger. But if you do not appreciate it, it feels okay. What you do for 10 naira is what you do for 1 million. So there's no point in going further. Always try to show appreciation, no matter how small it is, and then show love every time. Do not let it be tied to a particular moment.
Thank you very much. This has been a very insightful and fun conversation, I must say. I've learned a lot. There's so much to unpack. You'll be amazed at what I'm going to generate and write about all of this conversation that we've had. Honestly, both of you have opened my eyes to things that I do not know. And I think it will help me in parenting and guiding my young ones, towards making the right choices about life, love, and Valentine and all of this. So I must really thank you, TobyZillions and Tega Baah, for joining us today. You both are such fresh and creative people, and your perspective is very deep. I don't know why people just go out with young people. We can learn a lot from you. I've learned a lot from you. So thank you very, very much for coming on the show. And now it's time. You all know that we never close an episode without giving you a challenge for the week. So this week's challenge is with the hashtag authentic love challenge. So if you're in a relationship, take a step back from social media pressure and find one meaningful way to express love that is unique to you and your partner without comparison. If you're single, please take yourself on a date or do something that makes you feel loved, because self-love is just as important. And neither Toby nor Tega saw my notes, and they both said this as they were speaking. So you need to take the pressure off yourself. And for everyone, and this one is to everybody, drop the pressure, embrace authenticity, and remember that real love isn't measured by a day, a gift, or a social media post. Tega can create the most amazing cinematic videos for you, but she says it's not measured by that. Toby can make your post go viral on social media, but she says it's not by that, and it's not by one day alone. So please, everyone, whether you're celebrating Valentine or not, remember, again, I repeat, love isn't just about one day, and it definitely isn't just about romance. Show love in all aspects of your life, to yourself and to those around you. And this is where Toby, Tega, and myself say to you, bye-bye. Have a lovely Valentine, and up you.